This is our business. We got a lot less shirt. We got on the way. Yeah. You want one? I'll buy it. I got one for you to show.
No, I'm good, man. Thank you.
What was it? No, absolutely not. You're not gonna get my name.
Who are you?
Sorry. What is it?
Routers. Leftists.
Yeah.
Leftists who lie.
What news sources besides Nick Oaks and Murder you guys?
Newsmax is great.
What about One America? You down with that?
Haven't heard of that.
One American News?
Haven't heard of that.
How about Fox these days?
No, we stopped watching Fox. Fox is owned by the same entity that owns CNN. For anyone who doesn't know, Fox is owned by the same entity that owns CNN. No, they got bought out. Are you not up to date?
No, Disney owns Fox, right?
Yep.
Disney owns Fox, right?
It's part of now.
ESPN, yeah, it's the same group.
Same entity.
But they have
It's no longer Maddox. What's his name?
Murdoch?
Yeah, he doesn't own it no more, does he? Yeah.
Yeah, I doubt he would because he sold it for a lot.
Yeah, he sold it to ESPN and ABC.
What's up, brother?
Yeah.
His filmmaking business.
No, I
No,
don't have
Fox
a
News.
I'm surrounded by those right now. The media's going crazy.
the entertainment.
So everything but the news.
Everything but the news, and then the newspapers, the Wall Street Journal split off in their own.
Okay, so you can teach me something. So I
So
apologize.
it's not the same company, but the Fox, the entertainment.
They spin everything, dude. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. I'm gonna have to go though.
Hey, wasn't Spazzo arrested for breaking the
The
window?
service is real bad. They're fucking
Spazzo?
Spazzo?
From the Proud Boys.
Proud Boys. Yeah, he's the guy who broke the window with his shield.
It's always nice to serve.
Yeah, exactly. Where they push over the mask.
Mike, you say that again?
We'll be delivering a gift to the governor and the mayor. This gift was given to us anonymously. I do not know who it was that gave it to us. We have not harmed it in any way, but we will be delivering it right here.
Mike, give us a hint. What is it?
It's just a little statement.
Just a carcass of some kind.
Not yet.
It's going to become a carcass here in front of us?
No.
Okay.
It's a lot more simple than what y'all making it be, but it's going to make a nice statement.
Okay.
We'll work on the carcass idea later.
God, now we're giving you guys.
Thank you, Preston.
Sorry.
You guys are better looks than we are.
You know? Mike, do you consider this a recruiting day?
Every day's a recruiting day.
You want to join?
I see it exactly like I saw it when I was in the Corps. Every chance to talk to somebody to recruit, you want to do the same thing here. A lot of some of these boys that serve, they know how to do that.
Mike, does the military condone this kind of stuff?
Why don't you ask them? I would say no.
Fair enough.
We no longer fall under a chain
Yeah,
command that we have to answer to.
Right.
We have our own voices now. So
That must be liberating.
Halfway. We're trying to liberate everybody the rest of the way.
I miss my brothers.
Yeah, that's about it.
But you got
I
some
will
new
say
ones.
that there are a lot of people in the military that support us and stand with us. They just can't do it openly.
Do you think we're going to see that on the inauguration day?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, it's got some good questions.
Yeah. That's their job.
What would your biggest online recruiting platform be?
I'm not going to
It
answer
won't
that
say.
question.
We don't forget, we don't have online. You plan to learn it now. It was a nice try.
It worked out while we had it, so.
Our platform's right here.
Yeah, y'all are our recruiting platform. Thank you all.
What are your plans for when?
Want to see what happens?
Watch it on TV.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit down and watch it on TV. Joe Biden won the presidency, let him be seated. He starts coming after firearms even harder than Trump did. Trump violated the Constitution himself. But we go by something even worse, we'll stand against him as well. He supported violations of the Second Amendment, he supported violations of the Fourth Amendment, and endorsed those. So, that's enough for me to say, yeah, this guy's not a constitutionalist, he's not very constitutional. Along with being an idiot.
Who is your perfect president? Do you have anyone in mind?
I don't have anyone in mind currently. I know that I really like Mike Coker, who's the vice president nominee for the Libertarian Party this year. If we don't go forward in the next couple of years, we're not going to see him run in 2024.
I'd like to have somebody support the people.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Not the ones that are for BLM, but not the other side, and not the ones that are for MAGA, but not for BLM, but somebody that's for everybody has the right to peacefully protest.
Oh. And the other girl I really like your seat tattoo, but
Hello, everybody. It is the American Doofus Show. We are in Virginia, Richmond, Virginia, the capital of Virginia, the state right next to Washington, D.C. And this is a armed rally with a mixture. The Boogaloo, as you can see, are here. The 3%ers are here. The Oath Keepers are here. The Proud Boys are here. I'm not going to be doing a lot of commentary because, and I ask that we keep it cool in the comments because we will get taken down. We will get taken down for violating YouTube standards, and we do not want to do that. That's not what this is about. This is about passing information and educating people. Thank everybody for watching. Arthur, Knuckles, OG, thank you all. Thank everybody that's watching. Again, I'm going to keep it kind of quiet today so that we can hear what's going on and so we don't get taken down. Peace.
actually, it was pretty tight. Yes, we open this up. All right now. There we go.
Just don't want you to stand up.
Thank you.
Yeah, they might try. My face is the one that the police knows. They might try to serve me with a civil fine.
What?
Like $500. The fun thing is that they're not going to arrest me. They're going to have to resort to that fine, which opens it up for us to get in court and file a suit.
What is it for?
1 second. Say again.
What was that? What would it be for?
We're open carrying at any event or protest that should be permitted. That's the wording of the ordinance. Along with rocking 40-round mags, which is double the legal limit in the city.
What would happen if they try to arrest you?
We will exercise that Second Amendment the way it was intended to prevent that from happening.
Nobody gets arrested.
Say again. Sorry, my radio is going familiar.
Are you saying that if you try to get arrested, you'll shoot back at the cops?
I said that we'll use the Second Amendment the way that it was intended. We will defend ourselves. Every time my boys come to this stuff, they come with the understanding that they could be arrested, and they come with the understanding that they refuse to be arrested. I hope that paints a picture for you.
Mike, what do you think of the crowd size today?
I think it'll grow after 12.
Why? More people just coming?
Yeah, that's when the convoys are supposed to hit. It's like 8 buses.
Yeah.
Where will the convoys be?
By the way, there is a rumor that 3 busloads of Proud Boys are on their way to this gathering. Boogaloo, there are Proud Boys already there. They're selling merchandise, by the way. I love all you too. I really do. I love all you too.
He was a boy like the rest of us. And they entered his home and murdered him in his bed. I think it proved that there was a lot of stuff messed up at that scene. It made me sick. It broke my heart. And I want those police officers to answer for it. They already went through the whole court process and said they're not going to.
Yeah, I might have to start broadcasting through the American Doofus Facebook page.
That he was innocent. Just like Breonna Taylor.
Mike, what's the breaking point?
Well, I guess the breaking point would be right now, right here, if they wanted to come arrest us, but they don't want to do that. So, the breaking point is going to be up to our police officers and government officials.
No, I mean, I don't mean today, right here, right now. I mean, culturally. I mean, what are you guys looking for as your sign to rise up?
Well, this is pretty much rising up. If they decide they want to step to us, it's on. This is us rising up. It's just not us going on the offense yet. We're playing defense. So if they decided to strike against us today or anything we're out here protesting, you'll have your boogaloo.
I mean, this feels like a precedent.
Say again?
It feels like a precedent. Do you feel similarly?
Maybe. Hey, y'all guys do that on the radio?
なんかね、ガバナーに渡すものが出てくるっていう。
We will exercise the Second Amendment to defend ourselves against any harassment, which means being at the ready. And if something goes south, we'll defend ourselves to any possible.
They got more people with more guns.
Say again?
I mean, there's more cops with more firearms. I mean, you guys can't take down the full U.S. military, right?
You're looking at the group that we choose for you to see.
Fair enough. So you guys think the Boogaloo movement is strong enough to take down the U.S. military?
I think that a lot of the U.S. military is the Boogaloo movement.
Fair enough.
Time was it recording?
Great. Okay. Hey boys, we're gonna walk him easy to get the gift since it's taking a minute.
You really know how to build anticipation.
If you can hear me,
say they have a gift for the mayor, but we'll see what that means.
So it appears some of the Boogaloo are moving from the state capitol to the city county building.
Yeah. Yeah, basically all of the people are calling right now. So each one of the groups.
Oh,
Definitely
I'm
everybody who's in front of us.
100% on the Proud Boy thing. I said they're selling merchandise. They're selling Proud Boy T-shirts. They've already been on. I've been having trouble. My phone's not working, and I'm having trouble connecting to various sites. So I was just able to get this up a few minutes ago, 15 minutes ago when I got it up. And the Proud Boys, I had Proud Boys on here before I went live. So yes, they are there. I'm not making that up. They're there wearing shirts and selling shirts and with flags. Proud Boys are there. 3%ers are there. Oath Keepers are there, and these are Boogaloo. They're all at the same place at the same time. And they supposedly have a gift for the mayor. That's why the Boogaloo have left the State House and moved to the city county building in Richmond, Virginia. So we'll see what happens. It's the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus.
It's not gonna be as big as y'all act like. You make this up, bro. It's just funny. It's just funny.
Mike, even OnlyFans?
Oh, why would not?
What's the link? How old are you?
20 years old.
Earlier you talked about the movement is here to protect protesters, whether it be BLM, Trump, etc. Can you just explain that a little more?
Yeah, we support First Amendment rights.
Mike, what about when those people's rights infringe on other people's rights?
Say again?
So you protect the First Amendment rights for everyone, but what if one group's First Amendment rights is infringing on another group's First Amendment rights?
It's an impossibility for one group's First Amendment rights to infringe upon another's First Amendment rights. They have to actually put action in on that. And if, sorry, my radio keeps playing. If somebody, like Proud Boys wanted to try to forcibly punch somebody, instead of just peacefully asking, hey, leave or cause some trouble, if they want to, like, Trump has a judgment, then that's when they issue.
Okay, so when violence comes into it, then it's no longer valid.
If there is violence mixed with suppression of free speech on public property, that's a violation of the Constitution. We'll stand against that.
So how do you mix anarchy and constitutionalism?
Who said I'm an anarchist?
Well, several Boogaloo members are anarchists, right?
There are. I speak for my group, not the Boogaloo. I speak for Last Sons of Liberty, which is a branch of the Boogaloo.
Last Sons of Liberty.
Yes, we're constitutional adherents.
Got it.
Thank you.
Again, if you're just joining, we are watching what's going on in Richmond, Virginia, state capital of Virginia. This is an armed, peaceful rally. So far, we have the Boogaloo, we have 3%ers, we have Oath Keepers, we have Proud Boys, and supposedly, now I was tipped about this rally last night, and I was tipped that there will be 3 busloads of Proud Boys arriving after 12 o'clock. And we're at 11:51 right now, Eastern Standard Time. So we will see if this does indeed escalate. Now, as you know, if you watch the program, I was tipped off to be aware that there will be power outages. There will be media outages. Now, that tip, there was no location. There was no date that was given to me on Saturday, and I passed it along. So be aware over the next 3 days, especially tomorrow on the 19th. Be aware of possible power outages and possible media outages the day before the actual inauguration, if it does indeed take place. And it is our hope that there will, despite everything we're seeing, be a peaceful transition.
But now they're kind of leading the press on this goose chase.
We're following the Boogaloo Boys that are supposedly giving a gift to the mayor of Richmond, Virginia, of some sort. So that's where we're at, and we will keep watching. Thank you all for being here. Love y'all. Peace. Don't be a doofus.
Hey.
Are you gonna reach the barricade?
I can see your brother guys right now. Nancy? Hello? Hello?
One thing that I have noticed thus far, and I want to point out to you because that's cool, Knuckles. You'll see a couple of Proud Boy shirts, and you'll see them up here in just a few minutes when they get back to the state capitol. Right now, they are marching in downtown Richmond, Virginia, with a gift for the mayor of Virginia, supposedly. When they get back to the state capitol, you will see the group has probably grown immensely from when they left. Now you'll start to see police presence. What you haven't seen, or what I have not seen prior to going live. White supremacy sucks, I believe is what he was saying. What you will notice is there are no Trump flags. There are American flags, Boogaloo flags, Proud Boy flags, 3%er flags, no Trump flags. At least no Trump flags when I started monitoring. I was just able to go live about 25 minutes ago, and for the YouTube officials that I'm sure are monitoring this is not about glorifying violence. This is information about what groups are involved in what aspects of potential conflicts. It's educational. It's informational. It's not about glorifying violence. And this channel doesn't do that. And I totally get why YouTube took a bunch of us down yesterday, because they don't want to see somebody get shot on live on their platform, and I don't blame them.
Yeah. Yes, got it.
And what did I say to you?
It's not on the mainstream media. Mainstream media is not covering this. I'm not surprised, but that's what we do. Thank you all for watching.
Right. Yeah, they were mostly African American. I could see that there were T-shirts that looked like the New York. So I think those guys are running around somewhere.
Which direction was that in?
That was so when we walked up here, I looked down the block. I mean, it could be down there, honestly. But I would yeah, sure. I'm just like glued to my.
No, of course, yeah.
Well, maybe you're.
To get somebody actually willing to speak on it.
I've just covered it for like a long time.
Yeah, you talked about it before.
I'm a producer on a doc that's like interviewed him a few times, so this is probably the last like that we worked with them. Oh, it's the same doc that we contacted.
Oh,
Be a great, or I messaged the same mission. Yeah. So just talking generally about kind of the period of, up to inauguration.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is what I was talking about. So now we have this group.
Okay. Great.
You know, y'all incredibly American. I hope you all know what Constitution carries.
Electoral. Kind of exhibiting it.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get some signatures passed just to see if you're interested. Yeah, so there is a constitutional carry in the state of Virginia. I work with Young Americans with Liberty. That's the thing we're trying to do. That's just, yeah, it's all ego. Yeah, there you go. Virginia.
Yeah.
I don't receive the.
Well, I mean, I think that part of the point of the firearms is not like they're planning on fighting a war today. So, I mean, demonstrating one's willingness to take up arms is basically demonstrating a statement of power. So, they've said that they have some kind of gift for the mayor. I'm guessing that that's going to kind of go along those lines. But we'll see what that actually looks like.
How would you summarize the whole atmosphere?
I mean, so far it's a lot of people who are into like meme culture, honestly. Like, so, I guess I've seen Proud Boys kind of argue with people. Like, that's kind of Proud Boys wherever they go. Other than that, I haven't seen any conflict. People have basically been, respectful to one another and, are out here advocating for their issues.
Do you have a feeling that events
There's some, not a lot.
Are in some kind of correlation with the Trump presidency that has this increased?
I think that the Trump presidency has ignited sort of intrigue in politics, and it's definitely opened up new brands of politics. But again, I mean, these guys aren't Trump supporters, so I think that it probably would be wrong to overly attach it to the president.
Basics being Asian provocateurs, left wing infiltrators, etc.
But maybe we could meet up tomorrow for a quick follow-up.
So I don't actually I don't know what they're going to pull out, but I have a spicy suspicion that it's like a 18 or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe. I've seen they had one a year ago, like the same event. Like I feel like that would probably be a climactic or interesting thing if you're not such a rush back. Whatever it is they're doing. But I don't know. I mean, to be clear, I could be wrong. Could be wrong. But supposedly that's what they're here for, and they sent 2 people out to like go recon or something. But so I'm not sure exactly what they're looking for. I suppose so, but again, I don't know. I mean, he wouldn't say what it is. At the moment, I don't really have anything tomorrow. I suspect that it'll just be interesting to see what's going on in DC, but I mean, I don't have any specific protests. Everything's kind of been shut down. I think probably what my tomorrow looks like is walking around the city and filming national park stuff. So that's not the side. If that's it, I don't know what it is. Oh, no, I know what it is.
Oh, and it's filled with bullet holes too. I can't do the gift.
I told you shouldn't be too happy about it.
That's a regift. That's already the government.
We're expecting like a horse head.
It's a statement. I told you it was a statement. This is what we think of this stuff.
How important do you think aesthetics are in this movement?
I think it's important to every movement.
What purpose?
Your imagination.
Are those from the November events?
So, like a track day, it's almost like a
If you're just joining us, thank you for joining. It's the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus. This is the Boogaloo Boys in Richmond, Virginia at the moment with a gift for the mayor of Virginia. There is an armed rally going on at the state capitol, and they have left that rally again to approach the mayor's office in downtown Virginia. At the rally at the state capitol, there are Proud Boys. There are other Boogaloo. There are 3%ers. There are Oath Keepers. And supposedly there are 3 busloads of Proud Boys on their way that should be arriving afternoon. We are just shortly after noon now. Again, this is not at the state capitol at this time. It is in the state capitol, but they are making their way towards the mayor's office, not the state government. It is illegal to bring firearms to a protest in Virginia. That is correct. They also have 40 shell mags, which is illegal in Virginia as well. 20 capacity mags are the maximum you can carry in Virginia. So they're in open opposition of that. They have stated that. I'm not ratting anybody out. They made that very clear. Again, as we've talked all along on this show, if something does go down, it's going to be very messy as far as who's on whose side. Yeah, Knuckles, it's there. I think this particular group we're watching does want trouble. And again, this is not we're not showing this in any way to glorify gun violence. This is an educational and informational.
I did not take this. It was gifted to me like this by an anonymous person. So all I'm doing is I did not take this. Somebody else gave it to me anonymously. I'm delivering it back to its owner. That's what we do that. I know that's not your guys' fault, but deliver it to your master.
No, there are no permits for this. The Boogaloo Boys are not necessarily pro-Trump. Queen Jet Black, there were a lot of people that wanted Trump to win. About 40% of the country. That's millions and millions and millions of people. So it's okay. We don't slam people for who they want to win. We just give people things to think about. 100% Black Rack, love you.
Yeah, we welcome anybody that stands against authoritarianism, stands against racism, stands against homophobia. If you stand for true liberty in the Constitution, we welcome you to open arms. Excited. Trump violated our Second Amendment rights. He endorsed violations of the Fourth Amendment. He endorsed and supported violations of the First Amendment. Trump sucks. Biden's even worse. So you might get the blue album we all know is coming.
Have you previously supported Trump?
I did as a 16-year-old kid. I didn't as a man.
So what are you guys gonna do?
We'll leave that to your imagination. We'll defend ourselves.
Jasper, don't tread on me.
Yeah, just go hang out with them and do what you want to, okay?
Yeah, that's true. Thank you.
You don't have to have millions in the bank anymore.
I got
Get the Cowboy shirt. Support your local chapter.
Alright, so just as a quick little update here. Most of the time so far, you've seen me following around Mike Dunn and his crew, which are they call themselves the Last Sons of Liberty, but they're a Boogaloo group here in Virginia. And they brought out, their little son was, they brought out signs that had previously been posted at an event where guns were banned, and they had bullet holes in the signs, and they basically threw them back to the cops. But now I'm heading over to, I see a group of what looks like armed, at least some of them wearing icons of the new Black Panther. So take a look at what those guys are up to.
Oh, this is new. The NBPP was not present when I first started monitoring. So if the NBPP are there, this will be a new wrinkle, so to speak, and it appears they are. NBPP, New Black Panther Party for Protection. Yes, it is. That's who it is. I agree with all of you. We didn't have any good choices as far as president goes.
Double duty, huh? Respect.
Triple and live streaming too.
And again, our live streamer today, Ford Fisher from News to Share. Ford, one of the absolute best in the country. Yes, that's one of my concerns is that if something goes down, people get blamed that aren't really responsible. Well, you're going to see Kamala Harris as the president. She will. It's my prediction. Joe Biden doesn't fill out the term, and Kamala Harris will be the first female president, the first president of a community of color.
Just constantly away. Right. Sorry, outside here. No, Jesus for a second. No.
What's going on?
You know, I don't normally tell people what to do, but I am going to say I'm in agreement that Black brothers and sisters set this one out. It's cool that they are there in force, and it's cool to know that they will protect their communities. But I don't want to see anybody get blamed for anything they didn't do. And a lot of times that's what happens.
I haven't seen like a big.
I saw two drivers. Apparently, the state police have been catching them on the interstate.
I mean, honestly, so like I think the most I saw was about.
No, this is no. I'm not saying anything against Black people at all. No, I'm saying that sometimes if something goes down, people get blamed that aren't necessarily involved, and sometimes that happens to be Black people.
Yeah, I got an interview with the general already.
Yes, Black people, that's what I was trying to say, Queen Jet Black, without actually saying it. Black people have been scapegoats throughout history, and this is not a battle that at the same time now, this could be a coming together, and that's always been my hope. It's always been my hope that everybody would see that we got so much more in common than we have in opposition with each other. And if we actually all did unite, we could change this country and change this world.
Obviously, a lot of people say they made a statement with the Black people, Black and brown people. That was a statement. What name?
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. 100% Black people do have not only a right, but a responsibility to approach the government in respect in what is being done to them. I totally agree with that. Totally agree with that.
I'm going to defend the Black community and the Black community
So at the end of the day, all that happened at the White House has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, what I'm trying to do with EAR, I'm not trying to, it's not about interfering with the black communities. The black communities are going to have to do their own things for unity within the black community. It's about trying to bring people together regardless of race, regardless of religion. It's about humanity.
Yes, sir. Over here.
Doofus and agent.
Yeah, for one of the white power shit. What a joke.
No, I don't think it's a place to come together either. That wasn't the purpose. But if we had a place, if we had a place that was the purpose, it could be a time. Because I don't think anybody here's playing. I've heard this that it's cosplay, that these people are all. No, these people, you look at how everybody's strapped up and nobody's playing. This is not, these aren't games. These are potential very violent situations. And let's just hope this isn't one of those days and times. I'm gonna fall back myself now and do some see what else I can find out. Representing the red, the green, the black. Amen to that, Kathy Jones. Let nothing happen here. Yes, Black Panthers are there to protect black people in the event something goes left. Absolutely. That's the to my knowledge, that's the whole purpose of the Black Panther Party for protection. Sway B, I kind of had that feeling too, that things are about to get crazy. I'm not sure why. Too many guns and too many different views in one small area could be a reason, but I hope not. I pray not. I love you all. I'll be back up commenting soon. It's the American Doofus Show. Thanks again to News to Share and Ford Fisher.
Let's go.
And even, yeah, everyone go home. That would be freaking awesome. First Sergeant Dobie, I agree. But you notice since the Black Panther Party has showed up, everybody's following the Black Panthers as if they're the ones that are going to be doing something. And we find that in media all the time, the stereotype that it's going to be the black people causing trouble, when that's not ever, rarely ever the case. Scapegoats. Let's hope that's not the case. And unfortunately, I've lost my sense of orientation on downtown Richmond, so I'm not sure where the Black Panthers are marching to.
Nobody in front of the back up.
Man, give them some space.
Second part of the group.
Yes, they are in a no gun zone. And if you're just joining us, this is the new Black Panther Party has just shown up here within the past 15 minutes at this. I was tipped that this rally was going to happen today in Richmond. It was a Boogaloo rally and a 3%er rally. And since that time, it has come to be a Boogaloo 3%er, Oath Keeper Proud Boys, and now new Black Panthers. So that is where this is in Viirginia, Richmond, Virginia, the state capital of Virginia. It is a no gun zone. Viirginia itself now has a 20 count mag ruling, and most of these people are carrying 40 count magazines. That's the number of bullets that each magazine that goes in each long gun holds. For those that aren't aware, what you see them carrying, those are called long guns or rifles. What they have strapped to their side, for those that are unaware, those are handguns. Many cities and towns, you can carry a handgun. In most situations, you cannot carry long guns. So literally all sorts of laws are being broken, yes, by not just the Black Panthers, but by the 3%ers, the Oath Keepers, everybody that is at the State House. Maybe today's the day we find out who the white supremacists are out of these groups.
That's a perfect.
And again, keep in mind, if you're just joining us, this is not just the new Black Panther Party. They are drawing all of the media attention since they have shown up. And from what I've seen since I've been monitoring this for about the last 2 hours, They have probably as big a group as anyone else down there. Okay, now these are Proud Boys right here.
Right there. Hey, God bless you guys, man. Thank you for being here, man. Exercise your rights. Hey, God bless you guys. Hey, God bless you guys. Thank you guys.
These are Proud Boys right here to screen.
Thank you, brother.
Right. Once again, if you're just joining us, it is Richmond, Virginia, and it is an armed rally, a Second Amendment rights rally. And there are numerous groups here. The new Black Panther Party, the latest on the scene, and drawing all the attention. There are Proud Boys here. There are 3%ers here. There are Oath Keepers here. There are Boogaloos. So far, everything's peaceful. Let's hope it remains that way. I mean, when I say peaceful, there hasn't been anybody getting in anybody's face, even from what we've seen. And it's what we do on the American Doofus Show. We talk about things nobody's talking about. We show you what the mainstream media is not showing you. This is not promoting gun violence. This is not doing anything other than being informative and educational and doing what the media used to do, telling both sides, not just being a propaganda tool for one side or the other. It's about showing everything and letting people decide. Again, I kind of lost my orientation along the way, and I'm not sure where they are at now. If somebody is in Virginia and you know where we're watching and where they might be going, feel free to jump in the comments and let us know. I was tipped this was going to happen last night. I was also tipped on Saturday to be prepared for power outages and media outages. There was no location, there was no date given. So between now and Inauguration Day, be prepared for power outages and media outages. Yeah, it is kind of. Grandmaster Jay got arrested for pointing a gun 4 or 5 months ago, and all this is going on, and police don't seem to be doing much of anything. And I'm not talking about just right here with the new Black Panther Party. I'm talking about since I started this, and the Boogaloos were the main focus until the NBPP parties or NBP New Black Panther Party for Protection. Until they showed up, it was all focused on the Boogaloo. Yeah, there was a major difference, I believe, between the New Black Panther Party and the NFAC. Grandmaster Jay was trying to use the NFAC as a political tool, trying to show force, where the New Black Panther Party, I believe, is a protection unit who is not about publicity, but just about if the shit goes down, you're going to have to deal with our shit. I think that's kind of a difference.
In 2016, we're out here standing for the Second Amendment and making sure that everything that we march for is being heard at the actual state capitol. We aren't out here protecting any type of political affiliation, anything of that nature. We're just out here making sure that everything that we did march for, we do make sure that it's carried throughout and carried into law and put into legislation, and making sure whoever is elected, whether it be Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, or Independent, making sure that they are doing what's right by the people. And I'm also urging everybody to, right now, knowing that we have 4 years to the next presidency, start looking into these other candidates, start looking into the other parties, stop just leaving everything in the hands of two parties, and more importantly, stop depending on the governor to protect our community. We have to continue to protect our own community. We have to make sure we're standing up for what's right in our own community. We have to make sure that we are fixing home, and then we can carry on from that. Outside of that, I said we just have to stay out here, stay protected, stay hydrated, and make sure we take care of each other.
Thank you. So, one other question, if you don't mind. Regarding what happened at the Capitol, what do you think would have been the outcome if this was us?
It would have been a bloodbath. It would have been an immediate bloodbath, and even they wouldn't wait for backup. They would immediately open fire. And yes, there were some people in the audience with firearms, but I'm sure to be at the Capitol, they had more than enough to, deter. Because if you saw once they shot that lady, that Ashley, you saw what the crowd did. You took the hush out of the crowd because everybody has a gun. It doesn't mean everybody's present to use it. And everybody has never been in that situation where they had to. And yes, it's on your hip, and yes, you're rocking it, but have you ever been in a situation where you had squeezes outside of a rain? Would you, seeing somebody's life, somebody's eyes blinking right in front of you, would you pull that trigger? And it comes down to that. And so we saw what happened when they were met with opposition, as opposed to when they were dominant, and when they had somebody handcuffed, when they had their knee on somebody's neck, as opposed to being met with actual shields and bats. And y'all let them break into the capital of the United States, the most powerful country in America, allegedly. So if they were able to do that we call it territory. DC is not a state. In a territory where you're not even supposed to be allowed to carry a firearm in the first place, which is why I'll take you back to all the protests where you saw there were more fisticuffs and skirmishes in places like DC and New York where firearms weren't allowed, as opposed to here in Virginia where we're allowed to openly carry, and the Second Amendment is very good welcome here, and the rallies here were a bit different. And so when we look at the totality of our taking on the situations, we do see that the places where people are armed and are able to actually fight back, the police are less elected, but so, in this situation, and all of it, it would have been a bloodbath. And also to answer your question, I don't think anybody would have made it out alive. We would not have made it out to 8 o'clock a.m. And then walk past the police still. Yeah. Pepper bomb. We would have been paddy wagging. We would have been everything under the sun. We saw it.
I was actually there, documenting right at the door, and about maybe like halfway through it, the light bulb went off in my head, and I was just like, man. if this was black folks, I think this situation would have been handled. We can speak for totally different.
So in the 757, we've been in movement for 5 years, coming up in July. And so we had tanks brought to our peace rally. Mind you, they knew about this. Whether they said they did or not, I'm saying just like they knew about Charles.
Yes, definitely a double standard. There's no doubt about that.
Sat there and said did absolutely nothing as the neo-Nazis terrorized the city of Charlottesville. It's a vague history. So what happened just then, they gave the warning from July 8th, 2017, that August 12th was going to be 5 times worse. And then what happened? Heather Heyer was assassinated. The helicopter crash with 2 officers elected had nothing to do with the situation. Still RIP. But it's just, what people really think about it. This is America, this America has been.
Gotcha. And one more question. Where does, so I've been documenting the whole summer in New York.
If you're just joining us, this is Richmond, Virginia. It's live. There are several groups armed in downtown Richmond, Virginia. Among them, the new Black Panther Party, which we're seeing right here.
But one question, one of the questions I have.
The Boogaloos, the Proud Boys, 3%ers, Oath Keepers, all represented.
Where does the movement go from last summer? Like, what do we do to proceed?
We continue to grow. We go and take those necessary steps to run. I'm not saying I'm running for the city government here in Virginia, but if you don't want to, make sure you're taking those necessary steps to go to the city council to make sure that anybody who leaned on you for or vote, whether it be House delegate, whether it be city council, whether it be all the way up to the Senate, etc., make sure that they're doing exactly what they said. Make sure that we're applying the same pressure that we did when they wanted to vote as they did now. Make sure they are into that qualified immunity, legalizing marijuana. Do everything that y'all said y'all was gonna do, and with the pandemic, release this money or open up outside. You have to do one or the other. You can't close outside, close everything off, expect everybody to make money and pay bills with the same thing, and then at the same time not be willing to be saying, okay, everything shut down. But how are we not releasing this? And then for all these years, Republicans and Democrats fighting across the board, nobody's caring about the people. We're so caring about their feelings. Like, people are out here dying, and y'all are going back and forth about minuscule things. We saw they need to release 300, how many $trillion or something they can. Whenever they want to declare war, they'll have $1 trillion, however many dollars available to go invade some terrorist countries when they just had domestic terrorists invade our own country. Where were the Patriot missiles? Where was the bombs over Vietnam? Where was the rockets ran land? Flying through the air. They were going to see all that too. So the true American, that was absolute treason. And the Confederate flag was the icing on the cake. That was what sealed the deal. The actual Confederate flag, who actually fought America, fired on U.S. soldiers, made it into the Capitol grounds to be planted.
I saw multiple Confederate flags when I was there.
Yes.
Yeah, so multiple. Yeah.
So in that, with that is saying, in the time of war, did they ever, they declare the treaty? Did they ever wave the white flag, or are we still in war? Are they still at war? That's a question that we might have to raise there. Are they still in that? Like I said, was the white flag ever raised? Did anybody answer that? So that's the question. Are they still at war? So maybe the Civil War never ended.
So you're with. So right now, who else do we have?
We're with VO257. This is the Fred Hampton Club out of Portsmouth, as well as the Richmond Black Panthers of Viirginia and Black Lives Matter RBA.
Thank you, man. And if people want to keep up with what you're going on, where can they find you?
They can follow us at DLM757. Visit DLM757.org. Please sign any and all petitions. We do.
Okay, so just to be clear, Black Lives Matter, Fred Hampton Gun Club, and New Black Panther Party are all part of the group that we are seeing right now. They are the last to arrive, as far as we know. Started out with the Boogaloo and the Proud Boys were the first 2 groups, believe it or not.
Jafari, I just wanted to ask you, can you tell me about the sort of intersection between the Black Lives Matter message and the Second Amendment?
The message is that we have to make sure that we can protect our community from the KKK, protect our community from the police brutality or from any terrorist, foreign or domestic. We have to make sure that we are able to protect our black queens and our black kings, and make sure our kids are able to be safe as well and be trained and taken care of, just like any other family. We need to be able to protect ourselves, and America was just able to see what we have been experiencing our entire lives. So for them to actually see that their own front doorstep, is kind of was an eye opener for them, I believe.
I think the first time I filmed BLM 757 was actually in this spot like 6 months ago. And some of the mainstream media framed it as like a counter demonstration against the pro-gun thing, even though it was all kind of together. I'm interested in what is your view of kind of the rest of the demonstration that's taking place today?
I mean, the thing like, we come out here as individuals. We don't come out here with anybody as far as that. We're standing for the Second Amendment. So just because we are in the same space as somebody does not mean we agree with whatever they have going on in their background. Just like our, bylaws don't pertain to what they have going on. We're out here standing for these Second Amendment. We aren't out here standing with any of the other people. Including the things why we are operating how we are. We are out here in our own capacity. So whoever else has going on out here is on them. And they're minding their business, and we're doing the exact same.
So thank you, Jakari. I appreciate it.
Can you tell us one more time?
And we are watching News to Share. Ford Fisher, one of the best live streamers in the country. CJ from CJ TV, Maxwell Mitchell from Louisville, Kentucky.
Especially us as Black people should always be able to have the right to bear arms. It's in the Constitution. That is something that is a big thing for all Americans to be able to right to bear arms. So we come to exercise and be that we have right to really show our Black people that, hey, if your rights are being taken away and if you feel things are happening to you unlawfully, you do something about it. Protect your property, protect yourself, protect your home. Own a gun, there's nothing wrong with it. It's something that, we are now becoming accustomed to. You see gun use popping up all over the place. But we want to show, action is required. Even though people are saying they're scared.
And no matter whether you like him or not, Grandmaster Jay has opened the eyes of many people in communities of color about gun ownership. And I consider that a fact.
We respect each other's space. And, we're both out here to support the Second Amendment.
Sure. In the past, though, there have been confrontations between Black Lives Matter supporters and more right-wing groups. Now, right now, today, every group seems to be armed. Is that a matter of concern for you, or have you guys talked about it? What will happen if trouble comes about?
Yeah, I mean, we're the original Black Panthers. We're the Black Lives Matter organization. We all just came out together for the same cause. But if there's a situation that arises, just like the Black Panther Party for self-defense did in 1966, we'll always defend and protect ourselves. But we're not out here to start doing anything. We don't have any problems like that with anyone. We're out here just to support the Second Amendment and enjoy this walk and this little brisk air we got out here, and that's about it.
Do you understand people who would feel uneasy when they see so many people with so many guns in the middle of the city?
Yeah, they probably shouldn't be alive today because that's what it's all about. Everybody out here comes armed. They did last year, and it was peaceful last year. We were out here last year. I don't know what to say about it. This is a place. That's almost like going to a gun expo and you're afraid of guns. Like yeah, you probably don't want to go there.
And I'm asking this also because in the light of the events at the Capitol, the nation is on edge. So having a march like that, so many armed people might make people feel uneasy.
Yeah, well, like I said, and that's one thing that, of course, is common concern with everyone, but we're not coming out here to counter protest the Trump supporters or whoever's talking about storming Capitol. I don't care if they do that. If they do that, that's not nothing we're going to intervene on. Hey, let them do it. That's between them and the Capitol or the police or whatever they got going on. But this is our support the Second Amendment. That's all.
Quick last question. What is the state of the country in your opinion right now?
I think that right now we have, it's always been. It's just, I think it's at a boiling point a little bit. It's something that we have been accustomed to as Black people forever. So this is nothing new for us. But I think now the whole country gets to see the big divide and the mindset of a lot of people. We're missing a lot of dialogue. People need to really sit down and be able to talk to each other, honestly. And and be empathetic, to really understand everything that's been going on behind the scenes as far as the different laws and policies that are made to disrupt and distract Black people in our community. A lot of people believe that we're just making this up and it's a conspiracy theory, but if you look up Ponytail Pro and things of that nature, it's real. It's something that's been going on. We can, I did a lecture not too long ago, and I can prove to you that slavery still exists. They just keep renaming and doing different things and making policies, and it's still the same thing. But, and it's a trap that we fall in because we believe that everything is over. And, they're always asking us to just forget and stop, stuff like that. But when you forget, that's when you become ignorant to the point that you don't know what's really going on.
See, mainstream media ought to be covering this. People need to hear communities of color, members of communities of color speaking like this, and they don't.
What is your name?
They don't often enough. I thank you all for watching this. Thank you all that support this channel, support what we do, trying to bring you things other people won't. And man, it just, people need to hear all sides. Too often, especially right-wing white whack jobs, just look one way and see one thing, and they're fed one thing, and they don't have capacity to open their minds to anything else. And that's incredibly dangerous. They call it misinformation. I personally call it bullshit, but that's just me and just something to think about. I do. I love you all. Thank you for keeping this channel up here and for supporting an alternative voice. Now this is smart. If all the media is going to follow you, take advantage of that and get your messages out. Well done.
I just want to know.
I mean, nowadays, that's hard.
Yeah, I just want to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, people might, tell different narratives.
What is the difference between the two groups, if there kind of is any, between the new Black Panthers and the original Black Panthers?
Ideologies are the same. The Panthers, the Panthers. That's all you need to know.
Fair enough.
Who wanted that picture? They wanted a picture of everybody that got. They want a picture of everybody that got. I was always proud of them.
Right. We back up, everybody back up, everybody. Back up even more, please.
Now, see, this to me, this is an awesome opportunity for the communities of color to see that there are multiple groups that can and will protect their communities. It's not NFAC or it's NFAC and NFAC.
I would like to get the most amazing photo for everybody. And we need this group.
Yeah, this is an incredibly positive moment, potentially, as far as protection of communities of color, in my opinion. Thanks, Knuckles. Oh no, man. Thank you, Knuckles. Yeah, nobody's ever going to agree with anybody 100% of the time. The key is to always understand that we have things that we may think are slightly different than others, but don't ever let it get into hate. That's the whole key. Don't let it devolve into hate. And that's where we are at as a country right now. This feed is Jeremy, this is News to Share, Ford Fisher.
This is my story, our story right now.
I will, my man. Thank you, Knuckles. I'll go buy me a hot chocolate.
Yeah. Play sports. Good. Black power, black power.
All these different groups coming together in the Black community. I think this is a positive. This is in Richmond, Virginia. It's live. Knuckles, I do, yes. I smoke cigars.
No, it was.
I quit smoking cigarettes in 2016.
Are they open it over there? That's funny. These guys? Well, they might. That's interesting, but I doubt it. That would be it.
Yeah, Ford Fisher's, like I said, probably he's in my top 3 without a doubt as the best live streamers in the country. He's just got a knack. He doesn't talk too much. And the questions he asks are generally pertinent. And it is Martin Luther King Day. Let's not forget that. We're in Richmond, Virginia. This started out as the Boogaloo were the first group there. Then the Proud Boys. Then some 3%ers. Then some Oath Keepers. And the last to show up was the Black Coalition of the new Black Panther Party. The original Black Panther Party, the Fred Hampton Gun Club, and an armed group of Black Lives Matter.
like people were like always on the verge. I mean, it was hot. It was like I think it was like early August, but yeah, I mean, it's a long walk, like with pretty like reflective pavement or whatever. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I mean, well, I think that they'll actually go, but the thing about the like flaggers is that like it's usually just like 3 or 4 people or something. You know what I mean? Like it might be a little bit of mountain out of a molehill. Like obviously the flaggers are trying to like co-opt this, and like really the people who are showing up are not like not that type. The Googlers don't like the federal thing. Yeah. And obviously these well, the swampy people who come down. Sorry? Well, the swampy Viirginia people who come on there. Yeah, I've seen like, I mean, yeah, they're doing it, but it doesn't I didn't like my statement is basically correct. We said it now. There is that, I'm saying there is that
We got a bunch of videos of Mike Dunn making a speech over there.
I felt so much of him talking tonight. What did he? what did he?
Massive tirade against the BCBL.
Oh, really? Yeah. He was calling him.
He tore into them much more creatively.
Yeah.
It was fun seeing him tear into the Proud Boys, though. Really, it was fun to see everybody tear into the Proud Boys.
Yeah, nobody likes the Proud Boys here.
It reminded me of last year when Alex Jones got booed.
Yeah. I will say that a moment that genuinely shocked me was that as they walked by the Proud Boys were like, "God bless you guys, we look to you." I feel like, you know,
Cover your ass.
yeah, but I mean, it happened. Like, regardless of their intentions, the Proud Boys at least acted.
You know, my memory serves, like back in the 90s and 2000s, like that was very. They actually had a briefly short-lived alliance with Black Panther.
That's a fascinating subject. Not one I want to talk about while my live streaming everything, but I've researched that a lot. I think it's actually a very, very interesting thing. That's the picture.
Can we do it one more time, please, for me, please, brothers and sisters, please? I really appreciate it. Yeah, Booty, you can't do that, man. Thank you.
Oh. We up? We still up? Good. Oh. And for everybody that thinks I'm an agent of some kind, I'm not an agent of any kind. I do what media used to be. I cover what I consider alternative media, things that I cover alternative stories, things that aren't getting talked about enough, or things that aren't going to be shown on mainstream media. And I try to show different sides of things. And we live in a culture where the media is quite often propaganda. And so therefore, people think I'm an agent because because I don't hate on anybody. And just because you don't slam somebody doesn't mean you support them. It just means you're not slamming them. So I'm not an agent. I'm not a voice for one movement or another. I'm just a dude trying to tell a story and bring people together.
Like why? Yeah.
Denial? No, the media doesn't tell the truth. The media lumps everything together for convenience and for uninformed viewers. They try to make things simpler so people will not have to put thought into understanding.
Especially with those signs. Did you see what he did with the? He had two of the old no guns here signs, and he had bullet holes in them, and then he like ripped them up and threw them back to the cops.
Okay, I didn't see that, but I did
that was
get,
kind of.
I did get
My views is 187. I'm not sure what that means.
So
It means death?
And I've gotten a lot of interviews, thankfully.
Actually, yesterday in Columbus, Ohio, sort of a similar thing happened. One like really hard right guy showed up and was like yelling like a trans person, and like all the boogaloo defended the trans person.
I'll give them credit, they actually got what they thought.
So yeah, I mean that's
Rand, thank you. You don't have to call me Mr. Welsh. You can call me Barry. A lot of people call me Doofus. I don't mind that either. I love you all watching this. I love you all that support what we try to do here. And
okay,
here's Ford.
Who are watching?
Give you a recap.
But just as a quick summary of what's gone on so far out here today, it is actually under a local ordinance illegal to carry firearms at demonstrations here in Richmond, Virginia. But as you can see, if you've been watching my live stream, that has been viewed more as a polite suggestion than an enforceable statute, I suppose. To put it more bluntly, the police haven't been doing anything about it. But it's been interesting to see the various groups, of course, that have come out here. The sort of primary faction of street participants has been kind of the Boogaloo Boys, who were led by Mike Dunn, who also calls himself the Last Sons of Liberty and the Virginia Knight, but they all kind of mean the same thing. And he was out here armed with his group, condemning the gun save lives kind of VCDL people for the fact that they wanted to have a normal, they wanted to follow basically the statute and be law-abiding and so forth. And so their suggestion was to have it be a caravan, where basically just cars drive around advertising gun rights, rather than having an armed demonstration because it would be illegal. But basically every other group out here has been interested in just defying the law, just carrying around the firearms, and knowing that the police are not going to do anything about it. And so that has included the Boogaloo Boys. There were about 4 Proud Boys who showed up, which was kind of interesting. And basically everybody else opposed them, as well as I was just showing, the Black Panther Party. There's 2 groups kind of that were together. One group calling themselves the original Black Panther Party, and one calling themselves the new Black Panthers, but all working together. But generally, people are marching their arms around the city. So that was just kind of one example of it. Those guys walking by. It's just four of them. I don't know what they're. The group that I was filming just now before, though, was like I said, a coalition of people kind of identifying themselves as the Black Panthers, and they actually marched kind of past a "do not cross" line, but there wasn't anything in particular stopping them, and the police didn't really intervene, so they were able to pose right in front of the Capitol. So I'm going to circle back to kind of the original rallying point and just see what's going on, but it seems like people are kind of fizzling away. I think it goes without saying, or maybe it doesn't, but there hasn't been any violence of any kind yet that I've seen today. And the only real arguing I've heard is the Proud Boys and something.
Will, you almost hired me for Charleston on election day.
Oh, that's funny.
Nice to meet you, man.
Good, nice to meet you.
Anyway,
There's nothing going on kind of up there?
I think the boys were like further down that way. They left their spot that they were at. I don't know. Nothing. It's just 10,000 journalists,
No, it's just journalists running around.
Are you coming from the Black Panthers up there?
Yeah, so I was with the Black Panthers until basically just now.
Well, as I saw the Blue Boys from like a couple, I saw their flags kind of going up a couple of like stuff. I don't know if they turned down. They've been probably interviewed to death by extremists.
Oh yeah, no, they answered the same question like a million times. It's the same set of like 3 or 4 questions that everybody's going for. Oh, I gotta say hi to
Nice to meet you.
it's Christopher Goad.
It's good, guys. My secret.
There's nobody else could have that mustache. You didn't even have to take the mask off. We all know.
Yeah.
I could see it through the. No, I'm just...
Having a fun day, telling people about how I believe in order to support gun rights, we need to take guns from law officers and give them to trans people. This is an ideology I wholeheartedly believe. I'm gonna write to my state senator, my state delegate, laws that disarm our police and give all of those guns to trans women and trans men and non-binary people. So that way, if you're ever in trouble, just have a trans friend. They will protect you, which are doing such a better job than law enforcement is currently protecting me. And I've definitely never been pepper sprayed. I've never been fired at with a less lethal ammunition from a trans person. So I definitely trust them a whole lot more. So let's get the ball rolling and see if we can get this policy rolled out. Happy Lobby Day. That's the type of gun rights I'm for.
Cool, fair enough. There's nothing really going on back there now, is there? All right, yeah. I'm gonna write my live stream, but I'll talk to you a little bit after. So, to the people who are still kind of watching on here, basically it seems to have mostly fizzled out. I'll still be in the city for a bit and see kind of what else is going on, if anything. But basically it seems like this was, first of all, I mean, significantly smaller than last year's, but also, now semi-illegal. So it has been interesting to see, that the police have basically put up barricades and so forth around the Capitol, but have not sort of intervened with people violating the anti-gun statute or anti-guns and demonstration statute. So with that, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching.
All right. Thank you all for watching. It's been the American Doofus Show. I'll keep monitoring things, and I will hop back on if anything develops that is worthy. Otherwise, I'll be on tonight. Thank you all for watching. Love you all. Peace. Don't be a doofus.